Hey guys, today we're going to talk about what to do if somebody leaves a negative review for your business or product. All right, if you're in business, you probably, hopefully not, but many businesses, maybe yours, have had a negative review pop up to the top of the review list. And we commonly get this question here: what do we do with negative reviews? Well, the first thing to do is to understand that it's actually a hidden opportunity for you as a business owner or a seller of a product. And there's a couple of reasons why. The other thing you do need to know, though, is buyers do focus on negative reviews. And that's why what I'm about to tell you is very meaningful. More than half of all buyers will look at negative reviews before they read positive reviews. And there's some psychology around that. Perhaps negative reviews give the buyer a window into what might happen if things don't go well. And we all want to have that crystal ball and protect ourselves. That definitely is congruent with psychology that we're often more motivated to avoid pain than anything else. So negative reviews represent a documentation of some pain that a buyer had. And because that's in our nature to want to avoid that, we seem to focus in on negative reviews. The other reason they get read a lot more online is because there's less of them, by a huge margin, in fact. But because there's less of them, they are more scarce. And then there's even a third reason why they get read more. There's a lot of sort of commentary and news around positive reviews being potentially fake. And that kind of leads us all to believe that negative reviews are more likely to be authentic, right? Like, who would pay for somebody to leave a negative review? It doesn't make sense. But we know from, news about Amazon and other places on the web that there definitely have been some positive review scams, and we're all kind of aware of that. So we sort of don't value those as much depending on what we're looking at, but we always feel confident about what's written in a negative review. So there's a lot of reasons why people focus on them. So what do you do if somebody leaves a negative review for your business, and how do you take advantage of all that psychology, right? Well, the first thing that's important to know is that the review is probably going to get read. The other thing to understand is that it's a huge opportunity for you as a business owner to show how you resolved whatever the issue is. So if it was a conflict with, about anything, how does that conflict get resolved? How do you handle the bad situation? And the reason why that's so powerful is that, like we just said, the reader is hoping to see through a window of what might go wrong. And there's your chance with responding to that review to show them that even though one person might have had, this problem, that it was resolved, right? So the window now shows them that even if there's this difficulty, or even if they're not satisfied, or even if this doesn't work, or something goes wrong, that you've got their back and that you can resolve any problems that come up, and therefore, service and make everyone happy, right? So it's actually a huge opportunity. The other thing that's important to do with those is to make sure that they don't sit and fester at the top and kind of become one of your headlines without resolving them rather rapidly. So I like to say within 3 to 12 hours is a good rule to make a reply on a review. And I don't really think you want to let them go too much longer than a day. That's my recommendation. But to get a great template about, and to help you, guide you on how to respond and take the emotion out, because a lot of times people get emotional about negative reviews, and you do not want to respond with emotion. You want to respond strategically. Below this video in the description, you'll find a link to our favorite reputation platform's templated responses at repup.io. You guys can click on that and get a whole sheet of responses that you can use. You know, of course, you're going to do a little bit of editing, but they're great spins on how to resolve conflict and so forth. So that's put together, and that's an easy off-the-shelf solution for you if you're struggling with how to respond or how to handle them, or if you want to offload that responsibility to one of your staff members and make sure they have the tools to do it successfully. Go ahead and like this video, and we can't wait to see you again on this channel. So go ahead and subscribe. We'll see you next time.